everyone, my name is Dave. Welcome to NTD Racing. This here behind me is Lefty. This is my good buddy Bear, and this is my other good buddy Chip, which stands for Check His Pockets. It's a new name. Anyway,
I like it.
We're here.
I hate the story.
We were supposed to be outside today. We were going to do this, like to do the fireside kind of chat, but we have 2 feet of snow outside. And I actually thought about bringing in like some trees or something like that, make it look like we're outside.
Of course
but as it
do.
turns out, there's still a whole bunch of bushes and trees in the truck. We brought some with us. We'll talk about that later. What happened to us in the mid 400, and I'm going to mention some sponsors, and I think that a lot of times guys will say, "Oh, I could not have done it without my sponsors. They were so awesome." Let me talk about women's underwear, and we literally
women's underwear.
we literally could not do this without our sponsors. We built this truck, and we built our other truck called Honcho using Bentech software. And if you check out some of my videos, that first truck we built it with Bentech software and 2 angle grinders. And we built this truck using Bentech software and the Dragon 250. And I think some really cool news, which I can't wait to show you guys in the next couple episodes, is that we are getting a Dragon 250 for the shop. Can't wait to have that. Totally up our game as far as how quickly we can build trucks and those kinds of things. And then who wasn't like completely impressed by the tires?
The tire, yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah,
There
we run Milestar Patagonia mud terrain tires. We run 40s on Lefty, 37s on Honcho, and they are absolutely amazing. The whole time we were driving, I was like, surely we're gonna blow a tire. We're driving over the most jagged rock, big rocks, and these things, we didn't lose a single tire. We didn't blow a single tire. We may have lost one off the back of the truck because we didn't strap it down well enough, but we didn't blow a single tire. We also, in the truck, we run what's called pivot cases. This is from a company called Flyboys. I've known the owner for years. And while guys are running like Garmin's or Lowrances in their trucks, and those are literally like $3,000 systems, we're running iPads on what I think is the most capable iPad mounting system that you could possibly buy. We use them in all the airlines.
So flexible.
You use them at your company, use them at yours, I use them at my company. We also use them in our truck. And you literally take your child's iPad after he's watching Barney, you load up Gaia GPS, and you're racing with the thing. It costs you, whatever that costs you. It's a pretty incredible system,
nice.
And we use those in our jet. And then finally, our buddy Sea-Dog, who owns Industrial Power, totally, I think, one of the most customer service focused companies out there. They're in Fort Worth, Texas. Check them out. If you're in the Fort Worth area, if you need any work done on one of your heavy trucks, or if you're just looking for a heavy truck to add to your fleet.
Langmuir systems were a big part.
Langmuir Systems, not technically a sponsor. I am an affiliate with them. I do a ton of videos using their plasma table, and if you are interested in one of those, there'll be a link in the description below, and code NTD Racing will get you $100 off if you purchase one of the tables. So there you go. I think we talked about all the sponsors. I don't know.
Yeah, let's get to the racing.
Let's get to we'll get there. I want to kind of, I talk about, like, I think all the time, how much I love building trucks. And I might love building trucks more than I love racing them, but I really love racing them.
Close second.
But I think what's really awesome is being on this team and the people that we have on this team. So cheers to that. And so we're driving up here in the what we call the Mambo Congo. We got Mambo with Lefty on the back of your truck. We got my brother's truck, Charlene, with Honcho. And while we're driving up there, we were building a playlist of, and this is, I think, one of the coolest things. We're building this playlist. Ends up being 35 songs in this playlist. And we all get together and we take a bet. How many songs out of this playlist will Brother Mike sing? And if we can get Bailey, his wife, singing also, then there's Bailey bonus. And we all took bets. Yeah. And
Mike is a metalhead.
Mike will sing.
That's the funny part. Is like on this list for a metalhead, like hardcore metal. There's "Islands in the Stream" by Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers.
Kool-Aid! Kool-Aid! Kool-Aid for love! Kool-Aid!
Rocked it. I think that they were both singing it together, fulls. And
There's so many songs where it's like you would come on, I'm like, oh come on, how can someone not sing to that? You know, it's like songs that I haven't heard in forever, where you hear it and it's like you know it.
There were some shockers that he didn't sing, but I think you won the whole thing.
I won the whole
How
thing.
much money did you take for that?
I won home a big $37, no big deal. And
Somebody shorted because it's supposed to be $5 each. How do we get 37?
I have no
You
idea.
got some cheap assholes.
I have no idea what happened in there. It was $37 in the end.
I'm
But
disappointed now.
I personally thought that the number was going to be way lower, and then we had a lot of pushing going on.
There was a
in
lot
there.
of pushing. It was
a lot of
awkward.
microphone in the face. I'm like,
awkward.
how can someone not see that? But I won it all, so it ended up being the right amount in the end.
Sometimes it was a little forced. People were trying to get their number. They were trying to hit their number.
No, I said
was some-
objection. You're leading the witness.
There was some bad singing.
Inadmissible.
No, I do think this is a really cool and different video in that, you know, if you kind of go back and watch some of my early videos, it's all about, you know, how we wrecked the truck or something happened, we blew up transmissions. And this time, you know, we have evolved from a team that maybe we can finish can we get the truck to the start line without pushing it? Can we finish a race? And now we're shooting for podiums. So I think the evolution of this team is pretty awesome. And this truck freaking rocked it. Made it second place in a really tough class. And the truck that beat us, I think they were sponsored by Terrible Herbs, or maybe the truck was built by them. They had an amazing team. They don't freaking helicopter.
Own helicopter.
They're awesome.
Where's our helicopter, Dave?
It's one of my goals.
We could have a drone.
One of my goals. But and then Honcho did awesome also. I think what was really impressive about Honcho is we had 4 of the spouses in the truck with their spouses or mixed up, and we made it 120 miles. We ripped the tie rod off the front, and what was also super cool is I just sent Josh, who's an amazing person. I said, here's the stuff, go fix the truck. And he goes and does a filled weld job to a spindle. This thing's gonna take massive load, and it drives another 180 miles.
Full lap, more than. Yeah.
And arguably, we've done Baja.
It does a lap of 3.
We've done Vegas Arena. We've done the California 300. Arguably some of the most difficult terrain we've ever driven, and it drove this field weld for 180 miles.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
And another funny story was the jack had fallen off Lefty on Josh's leg.
First leg.
Then Caleb and I were out there driving second leg. Dave says, "Hey, try to find the jack." I'm like, "Okay." We're driving around. We pass Honcho in a blur of blue. We're like, "Oh, there was Honcho out driver's side." And then Caleb, a minute, seconds later, goes, "Oh, and there's the jack." So we're like, "We're not stopping. Just radio for Honcho to go pick it up." It's like 50 feet in front of them.
What are the chances that the jack had fallen off, like within 100 yards of where Honcho had broke?
It was meant to be. We needed that jack back.
We lost some. I mean, we lost some stuff with that race. We lost
how much stuff we lost.
So Northern Tools. I got a video about 4 videos ago. Northern Tool gave us the strong weight jack, 3 ton, an amazing jack, and I have a mount for it on the back, and that thing. I didn't have it strapped down well enough, so I apologize, Northern Tool. We lost our jack, but we found it. We're missing some parts.
It's still working.
Some more parts, and then also I think my last video. Harbor Freight lights. We put Harbor Freight lights on this truck.
Awesome.
The Road Shock Edge lights. I got my beer holder right here. We got the 4 LED. We got the 6 LED lights on these. Check out that previous video. I seriously think for any money, no matter what cost, these are the best lights you can put on a truck. And I put them all on. I put the most expensive lights on a truck, and I put the least expensive lights on a truck. These things are amazing. Now that what failed was my light bar. I don't know how that happened.
I don't know.
It came off bouncy when I was driving. I'm pretty sure because we saw something fly up in the air. But maybe you loosened it. I don't know. But
yeah.
So we're missing a light bar somewhere out in the desert, and I contacted the dudes at Harbor Freight, and I was like, I'm so sorry we lost like all 6 of your 6-inch lights.
And the irony is, it was an all daytime.
We didn't use the lights.
Never got to use them. They're gone.
I tell you what, I'm a huge.
Somebody's got new lights.
I'm a huge fan of Harbor Freight. They gave us the Vulcan welder. I love that thing. It's such an amazing welder, and they're sending us 6 more lights to replace our light bar to rebuild again, which we're gonna do better. I promise. I'll make a video of it. And those are some pretty amazing lights. So we race, and Lefty I think just does an amazing job. Josh gets the truck to you guys, and you guys put up a lap.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Second place, baby.
Yeah, I felt like
lap.
Like going back to what you were saying about the evolution of the team and kind of how we went in this. I felt like after last minute and then after completing Baja, I felt like when we showed up to Vegas, it was a completely different feel. We weren't there was no more. We weren't thinking, hey, are we gonna make it? Are we gonna whatever? We all kind of had the feel of how fast can we do it? How well can we execute our crew changes? How well can we execute all of our driving communication plan? How can we execute this to the best that we can do it? So it just had, from the very beginning, we had a different feel about the race itself. We're not finishing now, we're not whatever, we're trying to do it as fast as we can go. And it's just a completely different outlook on the race. Is how fast can we do it versus we just want to survive.
And I would say, because we went kind of, we were going pretty fast. I would say that we were going at a speed, we were trying to communicate back how far is the guy behind us. We knew we couldn't catch the, I don't know how much that truck cost, $250,000, $750,000. We couldn't catch them. They're way far in front of us. The guys behind us couldn't catch us, so we took it back. You guys were like 17 minutes faster than us. I think it was like 2 hours and 20 minutes. You flew. That was amazing. And if you stay to the end of this video, I'm putting the full length of their lap at the end of this video if you want to watch it. Some amazing driving. You'll also see some crazy stuff. Like, I don't know.
Had to back up a few times.
You want to talk about?
Well, yeah, like it was my first mint. Like I've been with the team since the start, and I've only been able to make it to the Baja 1000. So I didn't really know what to expect out of the mint. So I didn't know that as we start the race, we were going to go through that little playground area they have at the start and finish. And I was ready to go, and then there was some of this stuff, and I hit that one high ramp, pretty solid. And then that kid that was standing next to you, that he saw it, and he just kind of puts in that, he hit that one kind of fast. I mean, so it was pretty obvious that, you know, I was raring to go. And then once we got out of the little playground and just started going, like, yeah, I didn't know what to expect. There were a couple times we're trying the new comm drill of the, 1, 2, 3, left, right. A few of them, that would work great at certain speeds, but as we got faster, like I'm going 70 a few times, and Caleb's like, 1 left. I'm like, you mean that one left? I'm
That
like,
one left.
and then we have to wait. Do you see anybody? Back up, turn around.
Which that probably cost us at least 2 or 3 minutes in itself.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
really?
sometimes like the pass thing was up here, which wasn't really in Caleb's
100%,
cross check.
yeah.
I'm trying to see it
Yeah.
too. We hear a beep every once in a while, but it beeps for cautions as well as passes, and we want to be good, courteous racers. So any beep, we're like, oh, is that somebody wanting to pass? And we mistook a couple of cautions.
We slowed down, maybe even
passes.
stopped for a caution.
We did.
Yeah,
That we
so,
thought was
yeah.
going to be a pass, but nobody passed and stuff like that. But we just kept going, and you drive the truck as fast as you can for what you see, and then something might present itself like, oh, maybe you need to slow down. So
I agree. There's something we need to modify with the cadence at which we call turns, because I was watching Josh and he goes full speed watching his video, and he skids through a turn, takes out the wrong way signs, like mows them down. So, or was that you guys?
we did that.
Yeah.
Well, watch the
We took
video
it
at the end of
way
this. You might see it.
I think we went between them, but we definitely went wrong way and headed back.
Oh yeah. We did learn a lot. I mean, that was one of the first turns we hit. So after that, I forgot what I said, but I said this early call. Anytime I got above 65, we kind of changed our rhythm on.
Give a
I would
heads
say
up, yeah.
early call, 2 left or whatever. But it's good. But back to just the lap in general, the race in general. I feel like we saw so much at Baja, so much of different terrain and different things, that on this course, I just felt like we were totally ready for this.
Yeah, and Baja, like, because you and I drove together in Baja, the terrain was the only issue. We didn't have other racers. Here, we passed people. Like, this is my first time driving with other racers nearby, getting past and passing.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Because by the time I drove in Baja, it's usually pretty spread out, and we were just
And then-
us against the train.
I think the biggest change also is we never got out of the truck. I think you guys didn't get out of the truck. We didn't get out of the truck. Never took our helmets off. Never had to dig out. It was
I thought it's over already.
Which just makes Baja is an amazing race because it's iconic and it's so difficult.
Yeah.
We still haven't finished Baja. I mean, and it just kind of speaks to how difficult that race is, and we love doing that. We love the people of Mexico, but Vegas is totally different because it's fast. You stay in the truck, it beats you up.
Logistics is
You're
easier.
hurt when you're done with it. And then being on Fremont Street and all that, because
That was so cool.
When we started, the Congo line at the beginning of Tech, and we pull onto Fremont Street, I was like, this is so awesome. It was
So awesome.
The trucks look good.
You get to
The
meet
fans
people,
were really
you talk
cool.
to people. Yeah, it's
Fans
a
were
different
great,
animal
yeah.
than Baja, but yeah, it is really cool.
Yeah, and not only that, but one of my goals here was to kind of make connections with teams who are on the Class 11 side, make connections with the youth 200 EFI guys, because we're going to build a Ghost, which is my little, Matthews 200 EFI side by side. We're going to build up Dung Beetle, which is our VW Bug. I can't wait to make those. Those are going to be so cool. Those will be the first things that we do with the Bentec Dragon. Those will be the first 2 projects. And we met some great teams, and they're just super gracious. All gave us just their numbers. They're still texting me pictures of different things I need to think about when I do those 2 builds. So the community of people that are involved in Mint and the whole Mint, whether it's the Martelli brothers or it's just the other racers, it's just an amazing community. We didn't run into one person I thought, well, this is not something I'd want to associate myself with.
Shout out to the fans. 2 or 3 times, super cool. People come up and say, hey, I watched, the one guy mentioned he watched the last Fireside Chat. He was talking about that on the Baja. And then I think it was the light bar, or maybe it was the jack, and it's like, and I started talking. He goes, "Oh yeah, no, I watched that video." So shout out to the fans for letting us know what videos you watched and the parts of our stuff.
We love seeing you in the real world.
Come up,
super cool. That's pretty humbling, because I had no intentions of doing a YouTube channel. My brothers, they're like, dude, you're doing some cool stuff for it. Why don't you make a YouTube channel? So, all right, I'll make some videos. And here we are, I think like 215 videos into it now.
Yeah, and I've actually run into 2 people out in the wild. One in Wichita Falls, the guy, the bike mechanic.
That's right.
And then Mike, that was in
my favorite story about the Mambo video. Go back and check out the video about Mambo, where you guys meet this guy.
Canton, Ohio.
Super interesting guy. Had a really great story. And if you're watching this video, we're thinking about you. We talk about you all the time. And we also talk about the family that we met in Mexico, where the girl was, painting the picture for us and all that. If you guys are watching this video, we're thinking about you guys too all the time. And
mine's just one of the best parts of doing this. Yeah.
It really is. It's really a cool part of doing this.
The driving's fun too, but
community's amazing. The
community is pretty amazing. So Denny and I are racing this whole thing, and the whole time our mantra was save the truck, save the truck. Like we could blast over these whoops, but we never know when we're gonna rip something off, blow a tire. And we got like 20 or 30 minutes in front of the guy behind us, like just save the truck, don't have to get out of the truck. And I'm like, we're saving the truck now, but tighten up your seatbelts, brother, because we're sending it off the jump at the very end. And so we go through the last pit. And so the way it works is you go through the pit, and then you go through the fire, what do we call it, towers. And we are right behind a side-by-side. I'm like, I'm going to slow down, because we're going to send it over this thing so far, I don't want to land on this guy. So he gets out ahead of us, and then we just let it rip.
I was glad I was there to see that. That was awesome.
And I would say that probably one of the coolest things I think in my whole race experience was we send it over this jump, and the thing lands like it's like on a love seat, just like a nice little cushion as we land. So I'm like, I really have no idea how far we sent it.
Dude. But
we pull into the Congo line. You guys are there, Jim's there, and Angela is there. And
Caleb's video.
You guys, your guys' reaction it made me feel so good. It was like the coolest thing ever. Yeah. We jump out, we're like hugging, jump around like this is we haven't done this before. Where we are on the podium, we're all we're having this celebration, and that it was like just for me it was just like the full circle of from like years ago when I started thinking I wanted to do all this racing, and then now we're celebrating a second place. It was
with an awesome jump at the end.
Well, it's super cool because we're watching, it's the end. So
we were maybe there
watching
45 minutes beforehand.
Super capable vehicles come like,
yeah.
We watched like 50 cars go across, and we're like, and then here comes Lefty, and then we're just like, my favorite kid, we're like, oh damn! We're watching it, we're like, what? It was the perfect finish to our race because it just sent it. I don't know how far, but it was a good 5-6 feet in the air and just flying.
I gotta imagine it flew probably over 100 feet, in distance from takeoff. The video, you just saw the video. I just put it on there, so you can do the math. Somebody can figure that out. Let us know, because it was pretty cool. But
the funny thing. So we get out all excited, like you said, because we're like, hey, get out of the truck, because it's taken so long to go through the finish line ceremony. And then you come up and then you turn around and walk back to the truck, and that's when you realize the light bar's gone. You're like, it's one of those, because it's so cleanly gone. Like all the plugs are still
all the plugs are still there.
And you're like,
Yeah.
did we take that out?
I think there's a perfectly
somebody
good light
take that
bar
off?
somewhere. If somebody's got our light bar in the desert, we're actually going to
Harbor Freight for good life.
the great lights.
Again.
But I think we have a missing milk jug. You know, like we're making a T-shirt.
Check out the store.
Yeah. So that being said, we're all wearing the merch that you can get if you go to NTD Racing. Click on our merch store. I really like our shirts now. We got a whole bunch of different designs. We're going to work on a whole bunch more. And if you want to support us, you want to know how you do that. One, you subscribe to the channel. You leave a comment, and then go to our merch store, and that helps us out. And we sure do appreciate it.
I think if you rode the mint course after the race, you could almost like Johnny Cash a car. You know that song, one piece at a time. You could pick up enough parts to build your own car.
Tires, fenders, hoods, everywhere.
A lot of fire extinguishers,
Tons of
axles.
It'd be like walking the lift lines in the summer. I have a friend that does that, and they come back with like 20 AirPods. You could build almost a whole truck.
Yeah, but that being said, I mean, the truck I thought amazing. I did a fix to the steering. I have 3 videos on how I built the steering for this truck. And I thought it was really precise. We're blasting through what I would call like 1 foot tall washboard. I mean, it was like, it wasn't whoops, but it wasn't small washboard. It was big.
It was
we were blasting. And I'm like, making these turns and just clipping the edges of trees. I'm kind of carving the insides of turns. And I was like, wow, this is really precise. I mean, we're really hauling ass. And the steering is actually really precise. And again, the whole theme of our channel is that we try to show guys that you can build a truck like this, and you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. This truck was about $30,000 for us to build. And the steering is just the regular steering box out of a Chevy Silverado 2500 HD. I show you how you put all that stuff together with just a little bit of metal, and it works, I think, exceptionally well. I think it works pretty good. So
the slider is really good.
Yeah, slider.
A little bit of metal, a lot of welding.
It's been bulletproof. The things that we've had to beef up have been just the mount for the steering boxes. That takes a huge amount of load. In fact, I'm going to brace it. I was kind of watching it flex a little bit, put a little more bracing in there. But besides that, it's been a pretty good system. So
can't wait for Vegas to Reno.
Vegas to Reno's next.
August, right?
That's gonna be a fun race. That's actually, I would say, even a little bit faster of a race than it's 550-ish miles or something like that. But it's a fast race, so we'll be cruising for that one.
Like the fast part on this one, didn't Chris say he got up to 105 in Honcho?
In Honcho.
Yeah, Honcho did amazing. This truck, still pretty much a stock engine.
Bigger tires.
Honcho has been dyno tuned, has a cam in it, and all those things. And yeah, it has a lot more power in Honcho.
We saw 97.
105. You guys topped it. I didn't see that fast. By the time I was driving it, I was noticing that top end I was losing a little bit. So there's a little bit of tuning to do on this one. We'll get this truck going faster, but it's pretty awesome. 105 in an old Jeep J10 is
the skin is a Jeep J10.
Yeah.
But you watched our whole leg, and we're still good.
I actually haven't watched the whole leg. I just went to make sure that it was on there.
Well, hey, I need those sweatshirts and hats.
I'm keeping this.
I will tell you, making the podium forgives a lot of sins. Like I said, if you want to watch the entire lap of these guys, we're putting the 2 hours and 20 minutes right after this. I think it's totally awesome. They did some really good job driving. You get to see what the whole course looked like, and it's pretty cool. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing. Check out our merch store. We'll see you next week. Take care of yourself.